Okay, we're good.
We're good? You can hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, so what I'm going to go over is going to seem super, super basic. But like I always say, that's probably one of my favorite parts about this business is although things change and evolve, like how you do the tasks, the core four, I like to call it, or the six list, stays the same. So if you are brand new, here's the things that I want you to do out of the gate. If you are not brand new, but you are enrolling new distributors, like I actually thought I was speaking last. So I was like getting ready to enroll a new distributor. Holla! I'm seriously trying to like get a place on this incentive. So you guys better come to wherever we're going since we don't know where we're going, but I'm excited. But anyways, this is what I've been telling my new people to do, and it's working really, really well, okay? A confused mind says no, and if they're overwhelmed, sometimes they'll do nothing, okay? So the first thing that if you are brand new, what I want you to do is I want you to set a goal to get your first 4 customers as soon as you can. With that being said, I don't want you to get discouraged if it takes you a little while. Funny little story, it took me my full 30 days to get my first 4 customers when I joined this business. And then in 1 year I went presidential, right? So like I want you to like push yourself, but don't make it to where like if it doesn't happen when your mind says it should happen that you get discouraged, okay? It's just part of it. So when you are focused on getting your first 4 customers, what we always recommend is going to that chicken noodle soup list, meaning if you are sick, if you needed something, if your car ran out of gas. I can't say sick because I don't get sick very often, but I do let my car run out of gas, which my dad and my husband do not love about me, but like when I need something, who you gonna call, okay? And whoever those people are, that's who I recommend sending the simple message that says, listen. And maybe you're super confident going out of the gate. Maybe you're like, listen, this is what I'm doing and I want your help. But if you're anything like I was and still am a little bit, you're a little timid, you're a little shy, okay? And so now if I was, joining this business, this is exactly what I would say. Okay, you're probably going to be shocked, but I said yes to something, and I'm really excited, but I'm nervous and I need your help. Would you be willing to be one of my first 4 customers so that I can hit my goal and earn some free product? Sometimes you just have to be honest and ask. A little side note is I know when I was promoting to ambassador in March, a lot of my customers came from me being real and raw, literally saying, listen guys, I've been working for this for 4 years and I cannot do it unless people start coming out of the woodwork. And what was crazy is people were messaging me that I didn't even know were like on my, like I didn't even know I was friends with them. And they would just say things like, I just want to help you. I love that you're real and I love that you're honest. So that's what I want you to do is just be real, honest. Tell them maybe why you're doing this and set that goal to get those first 4 customers. Now, here's why it's super important. Not only are you going to be able to, get a shout out from the person that you joined and saying, look who's coming out of the gate, like killing it, right? Because here's the thing. People are going to be skeptic and may say to themselves, I'm not doing something like that. But they also do not want to be left behind. So if you give them the feeling like, okay, she's more serious about this than I thought, they are going to be afraid to be left behind. And once they see that Sally's supporting you, maybe Sarah down the street will support you too. You never know, okay? So that's what I want you to, your first goal, so you can get that shopping spree. Also, you're going to be earning points. And if you guys watch this training, like maybe months down the road, there may not be this incentive. So I'm like, I know that this is going to be recorded. So depending on when you watch this is like right now, this is what the incentive that's going on. But also for the each 2 customers that you sign and you keep directly under you, so at least your first 4, you're going to earn a rewards product. And what that allows you to do is, I think now, Trista, is it 4 or is it just 3? Wraps, it's 4 now, right? So it's wraps, facials, energy sticks, and coffee. We get at an even better discount when you get those rewards. So it is super, super important to hit that gate, okay? So after you do that, I'm going to give you the next thing that I want you to do. I want you to, and like I said, if those of you aren't new, take the notes, and this is what I want you to tell your new people to do. I want you to write out your why. Why are you doing this? But I want it to be deeper than just to make extra money. Or I want it to be deeper than to, pay that one bill off. I want it to be deeper than I want a free product. Okay, so if you're brand new and you're listening to me, I'm going to talk to you as if you're all brand new, so that if you're not brand new, you know how to talk to your newbies. What I want you to tell them is, okay, great. I understand you want to make $300 a month, but why? Maybe that person will say, well, because, we just got a new car, but then I thought I was getting a promotion. It didn't happen. So that extra $300 would, be nice. Okay, but why would it be nice? Well, because I didn't get that promotion. Okay, well, why didn't you get that promotion? Oh, it was given to someone. Does that make sense? Keep asking yourself why, and next thing you know, you're probably going to uncover something that's a little deeper than money. That's a little deeper than free product, right? And so I will tell you, my business exploded when I had two things. When I had excitement and momentum, I'm going to categorize that as one. And then I had a strong why. I literally came out of the gate saying, I'm so tired of when my son is sick, not being able to take off. And those were the posts I was making straight out of the gate. I'm so tired that when my son gets sick, I'm having to ask my mom, that's a teacher, to use her personal days because my dental job doesn't give me but 2 a year. All of a sudden, people started watching. And then here was the thing. Some people were watching, maybe to watch me fail, I don't know. Some people were watching I would have never guessed that she was struggling like that. And then some people were watching is this going to work for her? Right? And then as that progressed, but you have to let people know why you're doing this. I know some of you have your screens on. How many of you see other people that you follow join other companies? Right? We all see other companies. You have to let them know why this one is the one. And what other companies aren't doing is they're not getting to the root of it. They're not talking about being debt free. They're not talking about, finding freedom, not just money. Okay, so those are the things that you gotta know exactly why you're doing this. The next thing that I want you to do is I'm only giving you 4 things. So the first thing was get your 4 customers. The next thing was, write out the why post and write out exactly why you're doing this. Going along with that, I want you to make a dream board. And even if you're not crafty, even if you're not quite ready to go all out on this extravagant dream board, I don't even care if you have to get a $2 poster from CVS and get some old magazines out. Okay, however you need to do it. I want you to see every day what you're working for. If you are married, if you do have a significant other, if you do have children, and if you don't, that's okay too. But I'm saying if you do have them, let them chip in. Let them tell you something that they would love to be working for. For me, I have to have skin in the game. Right? Because we're all busy. We're all busy, especially those of you that are working. When I first joined this business, I worked full time and was a single mom for the first 12 months of this business. If I didn't have skin in the game and if I didn't know what I was working for, it would have been very easy to put this on the back burner. Right? Because your normal job that you go clock in and out, you couldn't put that on the back burner. So it's easy to do this one. Not when I realized what I was working for was right there. And actually, I still have the first board that I made. My house was so small, I didn't even have a wall to hang it on. So it literally leaned against the wall by my front door. So when the front door was open, no one saw it. But when it was closed, it was just my family home. It literally just was a little cork board that laid there. And wouldn't you know, in 1 year, I crossed every single thing that I had put on that board, except for 2 things that weren't possible at that time. I wasn't married yet, and I didn't buy my dream home. But since then, I've done those things, okay? You have to see it to believe it. You have to be focused. The next thing that I want you to do, and it's the last thing, is I want you to ask yourself. I don't want you to say, will they say yes? That I don't care about. I want you to ask yourself, who do you know or who do you see on social media, it can be either or, that would be good at this if they would just say yes. And I want you to offer this business to them. Because what I will tell you is if you're not offering it, someone else is. And it doesn't matter if they say no. It matters that someone's going to plant that seed and you want it to be you. So that is the first goal. And then what I can tell you is by doing that first goal of the first 4 customers, the second that someone new has that first win and they realize I can do this, it's game on. Because what's super exciting is we have 2 jobs. Help customers, help people make money. Like, I think sometimes we overcomplicate things. So that's the only 2 jobs we have. And the rest will come with leadership and we will help you through that. So Trista, is there anything else that you want to add to that or you want me to add?
I love that. The only thing I would say, Britt, okay, so you said message those first few people that you want to, that you think would be good. What would that message look like?
Okay, so for me, it's as simple as, hey, I'm not for sure if you've noticed my post, but I started something new. It's taken me for me, I'm going to speak from my heart. It's taken me a really long time to say yes, but I'm feeling called to do this, and I just don't want you to be left behind. Do you have any interest in making money with me?
Love it. Perfect. So I know in the beginning, a lot of people want to give all the details and all the, info. That is not, people do not want that. They want to know, why do you think I would be good at this? And what are you even doing? But keep it, I know I kind of have a rule of thumb, I don't want any more than 6 or 7 sentences in a message. And I always try to end it with a question, so that it's kind of open up ended and they kind of feel like they have to come back to me and they can't, if they don't respond, that's rude. So, and in the beginning,
here's why I want it so that you guys know there's 4 color personalities: red, yellow, blue, and green, right? And so mostly all of the personalities but green, they do want to know more. And so what's awesome about sending a small message is the green personalities will ask for more information. But if you sent me a long message to my red personality, I'd be so overwhelmed that I wouldn't even read it. So I always say do less because you can always give more, but don't give so much because you can't take it back.
Totally. And if you've never taken the personality test, I totally recommend doing that starting out because it is really helpful to know, and to let your upline know what your color personality is so that they know best how to teach you and how to kind of help you get started, because we all want different things out of this and we all kind of thrive on different things based on what is important to you. So in all of the team pages, there is. Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that's on here that has been in longer than a couple weeks, that you're just on here because you're trying to better your business. You're not on here because you're a newbie. You're not on here because you think this is brand new. Amen. I was actually scrolling through here. I see you, even though some of you don't have your cameras on. I see your names. I'm proud of you, and your obedience will be recognized. I promise you. My business has started blowing up, and it's not because I was doing anything different. I was just finally showing up consistently. So I just want to shout out to all of you guys.
Absolutely. And something I will say is showing up shows your team that you are just showing up, and you're showing up whether they come with you or not. And that is, I love seeing all the faces on here. Okay. Thank you, Britt. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit. So that was kind of just Newby in a nutshell. And that was really, really fast and really just kind of the basics. But the big thing is just start. You're not going to feel like you know everything. You're not going to have all the answers. You're going to feel like you're fumbling over your words. That's how we all started. It's fine. People just want to, feel your excitement and know that you're excited about what you have your hands on. So just start. You will learn so much as you go. Get with your upline and kind of let them know. Let them know what you have going on, the questions you're getting, because they will help you answer those. That just screenshot what you're sending, screenshot the response you get, and they will walk you through word for word what to say. Also, there is in Overcomers and Boss Babes, I know it's pinned at the top of Overcomers. It should be the very first post that pops up. There is a Newby training post that has literally 10 short videos. So it's not overwhelming. They're in little chunks. You could watch, one in the morning, one in the evening for a couple days and have them all done, but they're kind of what Brittany talked about and a little bit more. One walks you through your e-suite. One walks you through how to start posting, how to start messaging, how to do host to post, which I know Lindsay is probably going to talk a little bit about. So take the time to watch those. It's not going to take you all day. They are super short. Most of them are 5 minutes. But those are pinned to the top of the page. Okay, so let's switch gears. Who wants to go first? We'll let Tony go first. Tony, this is actually her first time ever sharing on a Zoom, so I'm super excited to hear from her. She is a total boss, and this girl enrolls like, I mean, she is just so consistent. But the past few days, like, I have just been watching her and I'm like, what are you doing? Because you are killing it. So I wanted her to hop on here and just kind of share what's changed or what she's doing or why she's enrolling so much right now. So Tony, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I did. Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect. Okay, so let's start with customers. What is working right now for you to be enrolling so many customers?
First and foremost, I want to say that I've never so intently and deliberately prayed over my charts and over my business and just for whoever needs to be led to me, whether it be for the business opportunity or for weight loss / health journey. I just pray that, that I'll be led to the right people or they'll be led to me. That's first and foremost. And that's what I've really, really changed. It's just been very, very consistent with that. And just intently, like I said. As far as customers go, I've been hitting it really hard on my stories, on my, my posts. I try to put everything in there from products to opportunity to my life without being spammy. Stories, I guess you can be a little more spammy because it's just a story. It's there for 24 hours and it leaves. But people do click on them when they're bored. They read, they watch your stories, whether you think it or not, they're watching you. So I always like to throw a lot of my family life in there. But with posts, I always post about my family and I throw the product into my daily life because in my opinion, what's the word I'm looking for? I take my product. So I am the product and I want to show people that I do use it and how I use it and when I use it and what I use it for. But I don't want to just post that all over my page and then scare them away because it's spammy. It doesn't look nice. So if they see a picture of my son and I'm talking about what we're doing and I just happen to put in the product, then that catches their attention and they read the whole thing. So that's what I've been doing with customers a lot. I haven't even sent a lot of post to post out. I think in this past 2 weeks, I've only done 2, and I'm not saying do that because that's not what you should be doing. But like I said, I've been hitting it hard on my stories and on my posts, and just being genuine with people and having conversations with them, not just looking for a sale, because that's not what I want to do. I'm here to help people. I don't want to just, okay, next. I want to follow up with customers. A lot of my volume is coming from prior customers that trust me because I have been there and I have showed up every day. When you think no one's watching, they are. So that's what I've been doing with customers.
Perfect. Let me ask you this, because you sign a lot of big volume orders. So how does that conversation usually work? Does it start with one product and then you recommend more, or how are you pulling in the big volume kind of orders?
Yes. So when I have someone's attention, let's just say it's for a cleanse. We all know that's a smaller order, but well, maybe some newer people don't, but it is a smaller order. And I'll start with, that's great, and I'll tell them about the cleanse. But usually I ask them, how much weight are you looking to lose? What is your goal? And then they just let me know what I need to tell them, basically. They say, oh, well, I want to lose this by this, or I have trouble with this. And then that's when I talk about more of the products. Well, then maybe you should look into this or this. And I really just have a conversation with them about it. If their weight loss goal is 60 pounds, a cleanse once a month is not going to help them. And they're going to get frustrated and they're going to leave you. So even though you feel sometimes that you're upselling, you're not really upselling. You're doing what's best for that customer that will keep them there. Absolutely. So don't be afraid to ask.
I think that's the biggest mindset kind of change I had to have in my journey throughout the business, is that realizing that if somebody wants to lose 50 pounds and all I offer them is one product, they're not going to get their maximum best results. So knowing that, I'm really doing them a disservice if I don't offer it. If they can't afford it, that's fine. We can have that conversation, but at least they know that I have their best interest at heart. Also, stories is so huge, you guys. And especially if you're new, I really recommend just getting into the habit of utilizing story from the get-go. And we do have a page. Hopefully everybody has been added to it. It's called Story to Explode Your Business, where we have taken a lot of the hard work out of it, where, you know, the before and afters are made up on cute templates and it's there. All you have to do is save the picture and post it. Obviously, you know, you still want to be sharing your life and your day and you making your coffee and you using the products and showing that. But so much of the work is done for you guys if you utilize that page. Okay, so let's talk about distributors. What's been working for your getting distributors right now?
So honestly, I I didn't have really that many potential distributors in the works. And I was trying to think out of the box of what could maybe get someone's attention, just to have a conversation with them to see if this is something they could like. People think network marketing and they run sometimes. They don't know what we have to offer. So if I can just start a conversation with them, it can get to that point. Instead of just being cold messaging, or cold messaging works for some people, but for me, it's more of a relationship and, just seeing what their needs are, what their wants are. But as far as the opportunity post, I posted about a quick post about being swamped and looking for some extra help. It could be up to $500 a month or more. And everyone wanted to help. Everyone said, I'll help. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? I'll help. And even if they weren't interested in the business in their mind, it still opened up a doorway for me to talk to them. And then explain to them what this actually is. It's not, a pyramid scheme like you hear all the time, or whatever it is. It opens up the conversation and gets them really thinking of, well, maybe this could be for me. And even if you plant that seed right then and there, they're gonna show up later on. Just like I signed three distributors this week. The one was a distributor that I've talked to multiple times. And that day that I told you I started praying very, very consistently. She wrote to me and said, okay, I think this is the deal, because I wrote back to her and I said, hey, you still interested? And she told me God led her to me because she's been praying. So like I said, it has a lot to do with relationships and planting seeds and just being genuine, not spammy, not fake, not just looking for a sale or a distributor, just genuinely offering the opportunity.
Love that. And I think I'm going to have you talk about one more thing, but the thing, like, a lot of times people think, like, people who sign a lot of distributors, like, they just like have a conversation one time and people sign, and that is truly just not how it is. People I sign now, I've been talking to for 3 years. Every now and then you'll have one that signs up quickly, but it's the consistency of planting the seed in however you guys start the conversation. So being real and genuine in your posts is the number one way that the conversation is going to start. People are going to trust you. And then when you show up every single day, that is just how that seed waters. And eventually, as long as you're still there, they will sign with you. Let's talk about really quickly because you're one who, like, if you have your chart out and you have your plan and you have your vault, you're just one that's like, okay, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like that, how important is knowing what you need, knowing where you're going, and having that vision?
So if you don't have vision, if you don't have eyesight, you can't see where you're going. It's that simple. If you don't have your chart, or you don't have your goal, or you don't have, and for those that don't know what charts are, you can ask your upline, whoever signs you. But if you don't have your paperwork and your just your mindset right in front of you to know where you're going, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to go in circles. So getting your charts down, making sure, okay, where I want to put volume or where I don't want to put volume, just knowing your plan, it just takes off from there. It's I don't know how else to explain it. If you don't have a plan, you're not going to go anywhere.
Absolutely. It is like the number one thing when somebody's like, well, I want to go emerald or I want to go diamond. I'm like, okay, well, what's your chart look like? If you do not know what your chart looks like, you literally cannot do it. Even Ruby, like if you don't know what that looks like and what your goal is, exactly how much volume you need to the BV, you have to know that. Okay. Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate it. You're amazing. Okay, Lindsay, where are you at? Go ahead and unmute yourself. There she is. Okay, so we'll go through the same thing for you because you've been enrolling a ton too. And I know for you, for customers, you just made a couple little changes and things are taking off again. So what have you been doing for customers?
Yeah, so I think like we all went through a period where host to post was like on fire. And if you don't know what host to post is, basically it's just asking your friends and family not to purchase from you, but just to throw a post up on their wall. saying, it can be for any product or just a generic post saying, hey, my friend is looking for, so many product testers, or for people who want to lose weight or tone up or whatever you want to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be for just one product, but you just ask them to put it on their wall for you. And then you take it from there if anyone comments. So it's an easy way to kind of get it out to other networks. So you're not, obviously your network is the only one seeing your posts. So this is a way to expand your reach, basically. And so there was a time period where that was just blowing up for everyone. And then in the last, month or two, it's just kind of like, I think the algorithm changed and they were, picking up on all of it. And so everyone's host to post just kind of died. So I kind of stopped doing it. And then I saw a video that someone posted in one of the leadership pages about how she was still doing host to post and it was still working for her, and just a few tweaks that she had made. So I tried it, and it's really been working for me. So basically, the few changes that she made is when someone says that they'll host a post for her, she asks them not to tag her. And then they just let her know as soon as they post. So, normally when you were having people tag you, then you'd get a notification when anyone posted or commented on it. Well, with this, they're not tagging you. So I'll kind of go into how you keep track of those later. So they don't tag her. She came up with the wording, and she didn't tell it to anyone. So I think a lot of the algorithm was picking up on everyone using the same host to post. So she created her own post, and she didn't tell anyone what it said. So it's kind of unique to her. She's not using like the flagged words, like weight loss, I think is one of them. We don't exactly know what all the flagged words are, but just kind of try and be creative. Like I think I use like tone up or slim down or just anything but weight loss. And then she kept it short enough to where they could pick a colored background. So, how you can choose like those different options. So that was another thing that she's having them do, which I'd never thought of that before. And she's not including pictures or anything like that. So those are like the few things that she was doing differently. And I don't know what it was about it, but all of the ones that I've done so far have gotten at least a couple comments on them, whereas before they were like dead. So I reached out to her and asked how she keeps track of them since she's not having them tag her. And basically, I don't know if you guys have ever saved a post, but it's super easy. Like you go to the three little dots in the top right hand corner, and then there's a save post option. Well, now with Facebook, they have where you can make a collection, so you can like name it. So I just named a collection host to post, and anytime someone tells me, hey, I just put a post on my wall for you, then I save that. And then I just go and kind of check it like every couple hours for the first couple days to see if it has anyone comment on it. So that's what's been really working for me lately as far as customers go.
Okay, so Sherry said, can you go down that list one more time real fast? So like what we're doing different. So it's mainly coming up with your original, something that's original, avoiding, weight loss claims are getting flagged big time. So avoiding words like weight loss, things like that, be creative with what you use. Keep it short enough that they can put it on a colored background. They do not tag you. They just let you know when they do it, and then you can save it to a collection. Did I miss anything? Okay, perfect. Okay, so now talk to us about distributors, because you also have been signing a ton of those.
So I think, first of all, like when the whole host to post kind of died down, like that was basically all I was doing. Like I kind of got away from messaging distributors and potentials and stuff. And so that kind of forced me to get back into that. And so I think a lot of those seeds that I was planting are like coming around now. So that's one thing I would not ever, like, no matter how many customers you're signing, I think that we all need to just remember, like, messaging and reaching out to potential distributors should never be something that goes on the wayside, by the wayside, because you will then get to the point where you're not signing any distributors, and you can't sustain a business if you're the only one signing all the customers. Like, it's just, you can't sustain it for very long. So in addition to that, our team has started doing weekly opportunity events, and that's been huge for me. It's super simple to host a watch party. So basically, like, it's all the work is done for you. You don't have to go live. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is go to Trista's page on Wednesday night when they start and host a watch party. And I think there's instructions in the Overcomers page on how to do that. But basically, then all your friends get a notification that you're hosting a watch party, and people are super curious and nosy. And there's, like, I don't know, like, I've had people that, like, I had a guy sign up the other day from high school that I had not talked to since high school. So forever. I had never talked to him about the business, never even knew that he, like, knew, you know, I didn't even know that I was friends with him, basically. And he watched one of the whole watch parties and contacted me and signed up like a couple days later. So that's super easy and huge. Like, if you're not taking advantage of that, I would definitely learn how to host a watch party because it's really easy. And if not, like, especially if you just signed up, like, and you don't have a huge story, or you don't have a lot of knowledge about the business yet, like, this is an easy way for people to kind of watch and see what it's done for the leaders in the company, and how it's changed their life. And if they don't really relate to you, they might relate to someone who's speaking. So that's definitely something I would recommend starting to do every Wednesday night, is just put that on your calendar. And I mean, you don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is just get on there and start the watch party. And then also inviting your potentials. So, I mean, they'll get a notification, but you can also go in as soon as it starts and invite people. And I don't know what it does. It, like, maybe sends them a little reminder or something to hop on. So I've been doing that. Like, I started by inviting all my potentials, and then I asked them the next day, like, hey, did you ever get a chance to hop on? Oh, no, I didn't. Or I watched a few minutes. Well, they can still go back to your page and watch it. Or then I invite them the next week. And if they don't get on that, I invite them the next week. So they just kind of know, like, okay, I'm going to keep getting invited if I don't eventually watch one of these. So
I love that. That's so powerful. And if you've ever heard Pam tell her story, this is part of her story, that her enroller invited her to a meeting a Tuesday, and she would be like, oh yeah, I'll be there. And then she wouldn't show. And he'd be like, you know what? He'd call her the day after and be like, you know what, Pam, that's fine, because we have one next Tuesday, and we have one next Tuesday, and we have one next Tuesday. And that's honestly how these watch parties are. Like, that's our plan. Like, they're just going to be there every single Wednesday at 9:00. We try to get a variety of leaders so that people are hearing different stories. So maybe they'll relate to somebody else's story. So we're trying to switch it up and get different leaders sharing their stories. Hosting a watch party is so simple. So all you have to do is go to my page, or you can go to the team page because it gets shared in there. Click on it, click share, click start watch party. And there's a couple reasons that I recommend doing a watch party rather than just sharing the video. Because one, people get notified that it's your watch party. Two, you will be able to see every single person that gets on. And it's just like notified in your personal watch party. But also, the comments that they leave on your watch party will not go to the main video. They go directly to you. And so that is why I'm like, don't just share it. Start a watch party. There is a big benefit to hosting a watch party over just sharing the video. Lindsay, I've gotten like 2 text messages about this, and somebody asked on here, can you show how to do how to add it to a collection on Facebook?
Yeah. Like just from my phone, or?
Yeah, that works.
So like if you just go to like any kind of regular post, I don't know if this is going to show up. So just try and do it on your phone. So you just go to a regular post, and then there'll be 3 little dots in the upper right-hand corner. And then there should be an option to save post. So for me, I just get something that pops up and it says add to a collection. And then I have all my collections. So like if I'm saving, so I always say, like, if I see a post of someone's that I like and I want to go back and use it and tweak it or whatever, then I'll save it. So like I have a hair, skin, and nails, a Thermify X, business posts, cleanse, host a post, keto coffee, triple threat, distributor training. So like it's just an easy way to keep them like kind of, so when you can go back easily. But basically there's a little plus sign on the top that says new collection. So you can just click that and then type in host a post. And then anytime that you save a post, just save it to that. Just pick that host a post and it'll save in there. And then when you want to go back to find it, so there's these 3 little lines in your bottom right-hand corner. So you'll click that, and then there's a saved option, and then it'll pull up all your saved posts and then all your collections too. So then when I want to go to see if anyone's made any comments, I just go to the host a post, and then here's all my host a posts right here. So then I can just click through and see if anyone new has commented on it.
That's perfect. And I will say, so I have never done it that way. I have always just turned on post notifications for the posts, but I like this a whole lot better because it's actually saved and you can go back daily and look at it and make sure you didn't miss anybody or see who commented new. So I love that. And the first time, so I just went to somebody's random post and tried to save it, and it just said save post, but it didn't give me the option to add to a collection. The next time I went back, it did. So maybe it was just like first time it just didn't, but it should give you the option to just add it to a collection. So I love that. That's awesome.
You
okay.
can even I'm going to probably start doing both, like turn notifications on for it and save it, because then, you know, you get a notification, but you also then have them all together too.
Yeah, I love that.
For like, if you're doing like a giveaway or something and you want to be able to go back and see who posted for you or whatever.
Perfect. The other thing that we really didn't talk about, why host a post is so huge, is because it automatically adds people to your network. So every single time somebody comments on one of these posts or says they're interested, you are going to send them a friend request, because one of our, daily tasks to grow your business is to add to your network, and this does it organically, and it does it with people that are interested in what we offer. So make sure that you're sending that friend request to every single person that comments on a post, so you add them to your network. They're watching, even if they don't order, then they're interested in what you have. So make sure that you're doing that piece of it as well. And then you can always follow up. Follow up is huge. Most people don't order right away, and they definitely don't join as a distributor right away most of the time. So keeping track of, get out a notebook, or there's a page in the files of every single team page that's like a tracker, but make sure that you get names down on paper, because you will forget who is interested, you'll forget who you talked to, and you always want to be able to go back and follow up with them. But that's all I have for tonight. So it was short and sweet, and I loved it. But if anybody else has any questions, you can feel free to drop them in the chat or message us. But Britt, you have anything else you want to say? Lindsay, Tony, anybody?
Yes, Eric just came and corrected me, or told me that you can go, so if you haven't saved anything yet, or if you're not getting like an option when you save something to add to a collection, go, so hit the 3 little lines at the bottom right-hand corner and go to saved, and then create a collection. And then when you go to save it, then it'll give you the option to save it to that collection.
Perfect. Maybe that's why it didn't pop up for me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good deal. Okay, you got anything else you want to say?
I don't have any, well, I do have something else, but it's not really anything for the recording. So do you want to stop the recording real quick and then I can